Hello guys, welcome to Laravel. My name is William Juma. In this video episode, we will continue with our Livewire series. And in this specific video, I want us to talk about how to use Chat.js in Livewire. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just work with it and minimize on whatever it is that we will be talking about, just to make the video move a little bit faster. I want us to update our Livewire package. So in this case, if you want to update a single package, you can run the command composer update Livewire. And the reason why I'm updating Livewire is because the format with which I want to use is among the things that have been introduced in Livewire. There are videos where we have been able to use external APIs, like when we were using the tricks editor, and there is a specific way we did work with it. In this video, I want us to work it out in a different way. So if you do your code in the same way we did when we were working with the tricks editor, it will be able to work for you. But since there is a different way, I think I can be able to add value if we can be able to use this new method. So let us wait for our installation to complete installing, and then we can be able to continue with the next steps. Livewire is fully updated, and so let us go ahead and see how we can be able to work with Chat.js. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to visit the Chat.js website. So I will just search it here. And of course, we can be able to visit any of these links. I will pick this one. And what I want us to do is to just check Get Started. Of course, there are so many things that you can be able to learn from this website, and you can check it out and see whatever it is that you can be able to add value to yourself. But I would like us to just install it using the CDN link. And we have an example here for creating a chat, which is the example that we have here. And this is what I want us to use. So I'm going to just copy everything that we have here. And then we will go back to our Livewire application. And as you can see in our Livewire application, I have a component that I'm calling the chat component. So I will scroll down to the blade file. So in this case, the Livewire blade file or component view. And then inside here, it's where we're having chat. And this is what we are displaying here. So as you can see, we're just having chat. And here is where I want to paste what we have here. Could be able to hard code everything, but in this case, it will take us a long while for us to be able to do that. So I have figured we can just go ahead and do it like this, straightforward, and then see what happens. So I want us to refresh, and of course we are going to have a chat. You can see it's a bar graph, and it's displaying whatever it is that we have here. So when you look at our chat, we have the labels, which are arranged on the x-axis. Then of course we have the data, and the data is what is now placed on this other axis. And of course, we have the label, which is what we have here. So the sort of like pound of votes or something of that sort, or hash of votes or something. So basically, that is how our chat looks like. But of course, we would be in a good position if we can be able to pick this chat from Livewire, and then from the Livewire class, or maybe the data from the database, and then be able to display it in our chat. And I think that will be the best way in which I can be able to show you how to do this. And so let us go right ahead and see what we can be able to do. Because of the update that we have done, I want us to do a few modifications. So the first thing that I want us to have is to add wire ignore here. And this one will help us to ensure that every single time we refresh, we do not have issues in our Livewire application. And then we can be able to proceed. In previous examples, we added an event listener here. So document.add event listener, and then we wrapped everything in that event listener, and then we could be able to access the values. In this video, I want us to try something slightly different, which I have seen in an update of Livewire, and that's the reason why we actually updated our application. So what I'm going to do in our script tag, this one that brings in a link, a CDN link, I want us to wrap it in assets directive. And of course, at the end of it, we can say at end assets. And then, of course, now our script tag, which we are working with, I just want us to call it at script to wrap it with that tag. And then down here, we can say at end script. And basically now what it does is that it enables us to be able to work with it now in the same way we could be able to sort of like add an event listener the way we did in a previous tutorial video. Now I want us to go to our Livewire class and then be able to provision some data. Of course, I'm not going to pick the data from the database because it will take us a longer while and I want this video to be a little bit short. So I'm going to declare a variable here, so a property, and we are going to have public. And let me call it subscriptions. So public subscriptions. And I want it to be an array of values. And what I envision is just to have some data for a week. So we will display data for Monday, Tuesday, up until Sunday. And I will just have some values here and there for our chart to display. So that is what I want us to do. Inside here, we are going to have the square brackets again. And what I want us to have is day, so the day of the week. The first day of the week, in this case, let me just say Monday. Of course, Sunday is usually picked as the first day of the week. And then, of course, we have value. So the value is the number. So in this case, if these are subscriptions that users are subscribing maybe to a specific package or something, then we can be able to say on Monday how many were they that are subscribed. So those are the values that I'm going to type in here. So we can say on Monday we had 10. And then, so this is the data that we will be displaying in our chart. And then the next day is a Tuesday. And Tuesday we can have 20. Next day is Wednesday. And then for Wednesday, we can say 15. And then Thursday we can have 25. And then Friday, this Thursday, maybe I can remove such that we just have three letters to represent our week. So Friday, we can have it at 30. Thursday, 25, Friday, 30. And then Saturday, 22, maybe. This will be Sat. And then Sunday, we can have something else, maybe 18. Just varied values. And of course, I will remove this last one because we do not actually need it. We have all the days of the week covered. And that is all that we are going to do here. Remember, this is, you can be able to get this data from the database and provision it and prepare it in such a way that you will have it like this. And then now you can be able to go ahead and display. So let me go back to our component, the chart view. So in this case, this is what we are having. And what I want us to do is to get the data. So what I'm going to have, I'm going to declare a constant here. And I'm going to call it subscriptions. And this, you get data from our component. So in this case, from our Livewire class, the data that I have put there, that is what we are going to get. So I'm going to use wire. And as you can see, I'm doing something slightly different. I'm not using at this because if I wrap it like this, we can be able to use wire directly like that. So wire subscriptions like that. And I just want us to console log the subscriptions and see if there is something that we are actually getting. So before we modify anything, I just want to see if it is possible actually for us to be able to get the subscriptions that we have. So I'm going to open terminal. So inspect, and inside here, I want to see what we have on the console. Actually, we have an array and we have our values. So I think everything is okay. Now I want us now to go ahead and use the values in our chart. And what I'm going to do, because we have the days and we have the labels, so in this case the labels are Monday, Tuesday, like that, and then the data are the numbers. I want us to get the labels on one side alone and the values on the other side. So I'm going to declare another const, and here I'm going to call it labels. And here, this we are going to use the map function, so subscriptions.map. And then we can be able to get the items. So item dot day. The reason why I'm doing that is because if you check, we have the day and we have the value. So we have day and value. So day, you get for us these days like that. And then now we can also be able to get the value and then show them in our chart. The labels will be subscriptions.map, item, and then we can be able to say item.day. And then, of course, we can copy this downwards and we can change this to values like that. And this one should be item.value. After that, then we'll save and now go ahead and change whatever it is that we have below here. So where we have labels, I will just replace with whatever it is that we have above here. So the labels are stored in this constant, so we can say labels. And then for the data, we can also pass in and say values, because they are stored inside values. So after that, I'm going to save. I want to refresh and see if it's displaying our data. And you can see we are displaying our data perfectly. We have the data for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on and so forth. So everything is working fine. We can be able to change the title here, as I showed you, because it is what it is that we have here. So what I'm going to do is just to call it something. So maybe I can say subscription growth. And then if we are to again do a refresh, now you can see it is showing us like that. And there are various types of charts. So you can be able to just go and read the chart.js documentation. You'll be able to get a little bit more ideas on how you can be able to fashion this to your use case scenario. We can change this to line. And if I'm to save and we refresh, again, you can see now we have a line chart. And we can see the values even displaying on the nodes that we have here. So basically, that is all I wanted to talk about using Chart.js in a Livewire application. Thank you very much for following this tutorial video up until this point. If you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe if you haven't done that. And if you have a question, you can shoot in the comment section below. Thank you very much.